Hello, this is William Bowman, and I'm recording this video for Out on a Limb for Mr. Randall Bixby. I did actually speak with the answering service for your company, and they told me that I should just go ahead and send this video to the email provided. So I just want to explain exactly what I found on your website, exactly what to change in order to get more volume coming to your website that your competitors are currently getting on their site. In order to do that, I need to explain some things so you know exactly how to make these changes step by step, and then when to see that these changes are actually working. So I want to cover the amount of volume of clients looking for your services digitally in your area, what your top online competitor is doing to win that volume, and then things you can change this exact moment on your website to start winning those clients in the future. So to start out, I have your website up and running. I really do like your website. I like the way that you guys have, the pictures of your services. You guys have multiple pages. You guys have information about what services you specifically provide, and numbers are everywhere for you guys to be reached, and the number actually follows you, which is great. You guys even have reviews here at the bottom, which is awesome. Now, for your front page, I would recommend having, or at least any of the pages that you're trying to rank on Google, I would have you guys put like 1,000 to 1,500 words on that page. The reason being is because you want to be able to put keywords into that content, and Google considers content to be king nowadays. So you want to be able to put in those keywords, and what are keywords? So keywords are simply just what somebody would throw into Google in order to find your service, and depending on this combination of words will depend on the exact volume that is being searched in your area. The exact, even just adding Texas at the back end would definitely change the keyword. So let's talk about searching this, and I'll show you the volume to this here shortly. So when we search this, we find that these are the paid ads. I'm glad to see that you guys aren't paying for these ads. What I see a lot of the time is that clients that are actually serious about these services, they just scroll right past. But some of them do click this. So if you need quick business, this isn't a bad place to start. But I want to show you something that you don't have to pay for all the time. So let's go over to the Google Map Pack. So Google Map Pack, this is a great place to be. You just go into GMB or Google My Business and you register up. And once you've registered, you can they give you a spot on their map, and you can even get reviews there. People like to look at these reviews over a lot of the different websites reviews, just because they get the bad and the good. They know that owners can't just remove the bad reviews to kind of pad their results. So people think that they're getting an actual good, honest look at the services that are provided. Then when we come down, this is the organic search area. So the organic search area, this is the important part. So this is the very first company here that is actually ranking for just these keywords that they're not paying for, right? So let's go over to their website and see exactly what Davie.com, local offices, San Antonio Tree, this specific URL. Let's see what they're doing. So when we pop over, we see the website. I like the website. It looks like they have a decent amount of content, still probably only about 600-700 words. I would recommend doubling that up. You can do it in a way to where it doesn't seem too crowded as well by making like drop-down buttons. That way you kind of hide most of the wording as you scroll through, and it doesn't make it seem too padded with words everywhere. But let's look under the hood. So when we look under the hood at Davie, we see that their UR, DR, backlinks, referring domains, and organic keywords. So this is the number of keywords that they're ranking for, 90. It will tell you the keyword and its rank, and and the volume behind that keyword. So I'll get into that here shortly, but I want to explain these numbers here before we hop into that. So a UR, this is on a 0 to 100 scale, both of these numbers. And these are kind of like indicators that will kind of give you some insight on why the page is located where it's at on the front page, or why Google thinks that it belongs, on the front page, versus like one of the, the 34th page. So if we look at UR is like a URL rating. So URL rating is kind of like Google, like the way to understand the trustability of this specific URL. And Google right now is basically, it's being assigned a 20 out of 100. So it's usually weird, because usually when you're this high up on the front page, I usually see these like 30 and above. So it's interesting that for such a big city like San Antonio, the number one ranked one is only a 20. But here's where they're probably making up for it, this high DR. Usually for a top ranked site in a city such as like San Antonio or Dallas or Houston, I'm noticing a DR anywhere between, 40 to 70. So this is actually a really strong DR. A DR is a domain rating. It's kind of like it's kind of like the power score or the reputation score of a site. But it's for the entire domain. So, you know, these scores are important, but, you know, in order to get these numbers up, the way to do that is through more backlinks and other things like citations. And citations are simply just putting your information on different websites like BBB. Now citations, backlinks are a little different. So backlinks, it's like if I were to write a blog and I were to say, hey, Out on the Limb Tree Service, they're the best in town, go use them. And then I put a link to your site, that is a backlink. And I want to explain that quality over quantity is the importance here. I've seen 15 backlinks be 1,000. It just depends on the quality of the backlinks. So definitely build up some quality backlinks. Referring domains, this is just the number of sites that these backlinks are coming from. So about 4 per site. Then we look at, or 4 or 5 per site, sorry, on average for them. Now let's go into these keywords. So these are the keywords that they're ranking for, right? You notice they're ranking for tree trimming near me. This volume, this is like the average amount of volume that they're getting searching these keywords, these specific keywords every month. I don't really like trying to rank for tree trimming near me or something like that, just because of the fact that that can be national. So somebody in Oklahoma could be looking at that, and if they find your website, it's like, cool, but I can't use them. So I try and focus more on things like, and also your name. I mean, it's cool to be ranked number 1 for your name. That way, if somebody knows you by name, they find your site, not anybody else's. But these are the ones that are going to bring you a lot more customers, new customers that don't know anything, haven't heard of you guys before. So Arborist San Antonio, 900 per month. They're ranked number 3. So this is a very valuable keyword. You know, Certified Arborist San Antonio, this is 350, 800. You know, these volumes add up, and even just adding Texas makes it a different keyword than one that was just Tree Service San Antonio. So this is only Tree Service San Antonio, Texas has 100, while Tree Services San Antonio has 2,500. So there is a big difference. So you want to rank for these keywords, and you want to try and get your position up there. They're ranked position number 1 for, these two, ranked 2 for this one. That's why they're getting volume. And, just to show you kind of their volume, let's take a look. So when we take a look, we're seeing that they're getting 1.9K, almost 2,000 people visiting their site every single month. So let's look at your site and see what's kind of going on. So when we pop over to your site, looks like you guys are getting about 37 people on average a month coming to your site. You are 19 DR.2. So that, looks like you guys could use some quality backlinks. And, this is a prime example. Backlinks 85, you guys have more backlinks than them. Historically, you even had more. And your DR hasn't really budged. So it really does come down to the quality of these backlinks. But let's look at your keywords. Out on a limb, okay. Out on a limb, so your specific name. Tree Service San Antonio, perfect. But you guys are ranked number 35. So somebody would have to go to like the 4th or 5th page to find you guys. So if you guys start including that keyword content on the pages you guys want to rank, repeating those keywords like 5 or 6 times, you don't want to do it too much because Google can dock you for that. You can start moving up in these rankings, getting more quality backlinks. And also, if you aren't set up with that GMB, go get set up with that GMB. That's quick, easy volume. You can also find somebody to optimize that for you and make sure that you're in the top 3. And that's a killer way to get volume. But I hope this information was valuable to you. I hope that you're able to implement these things. If you guys have any questions or if you have any feedback for me, I would love to hear feedback just on whether or not you thought this was good information that you can implement it. Please feel free to email, text, or call. I'd love to hear back. But thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a great day.